Brilliance Audio presents Close to the Cradle by Nova Lee Maier. Translated by Alexander Smith. Performed by Cassandra Campbell. "So this is where you live," whispered Miriam. Her fingers were wrapped around the steering wheel of her Peugeot. They'd become slightly sweaty, and to her annoyance, she noticed that she'd started breathing faster. That was rare when she was on duty. Whatever happened, and however threatening the situation, she remained calm and professional, refusing to get carried away. She knew that she could always fall back on her training, experience, and colleagues. But she wasn't on duty now. She was on her own. She leaned forward and looked up the long, sleek facade of the apartment block. The glass glinted in the autumn sun. The building looked unwelcoming, as if the people who lived here considered themselves above the rest of the world. And in a literal sense, they were. The view from up there was bound to be breathtaking. You'd be able to see right across Rotterdam, the harbors and the Maas. How many floors did this building actually have? Miriam was forced to give up counting at 25. Somebody was honking angrily behind her. In the rearview mirror, she looked into the driver's flushed face. He raised his hands and gestured to her. Miriam resisted the temptation to get out, show him her police badge, and ask for his ID. After all, the man was right. She was holding up traffic. She put the Peugeot into first gear. Her carotid artery throbbed in her throat as she drove to the end of the narrow street. Hennequin turned onto Balustrade. The sidewalks were lined with spindly little trees supported by stakes. All the houses looked the same. Cubist, semi-detached units with shared driveways and dark-fired brick walls. The glass in the large window had a bluish tint, making it difficult to see inside. Number 66 was halfway down the street. A plywood stork had been stuck into the gravel in the front garden, and a garland in the large living room window announced, "It's a girl." The baby had been born in the hospital yesterday. If everything had gone smoothly, mother and child would have been discharged a few hours after delivery. But due to the very difficult labor, they'd been kept in till this morning. Hennequin parked her car along the curb. She took her nursing bag from the back seat and walked up to the front door under the carport, which housed a gleaming Audi. She glanced inside. A clean, dark, sleek interior. No clutter. The car looked like it had just been driven off the lot. Below the license plate, the name of the leasing company was printed in small yellow letters. She rang the bell and examined the lock on the front door. It didn't look too complicated, but it would probably be more convenient if she just had her own key. The family was unlikely to object. People who just had their first child were emotional, always a little off-kilter. Their whole life had been turned upside down by the arrival of a new human being. The maternity nurse was their confidant, a beacon of calm and wisdom in a new, unfamiliar situation. As a result, people quickly took her into their confidence. Hemorrhoids, vaginal stitches, family feuds, and other sensitive subjects were discussed quite openly with the maternity nurse, a complete stranger. Recently, Dora had told Hennequin what she loved about this job, before she'd set up her own private maternity agency in her converted garage and started delegating to others. She'd said, "You meet families at the happiest, most intimate time of their lives. It's such compassionate work, so rewarding." Hennequin saw it differently. The maternity nurse met people at the most vulnerable time of their lives, when they were least wary.